What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Shane Show. Today I want to talk about how to correctly wax your vehicle. Yes, there is a wrong way to do it, and there is a right way to do it. And me having a black car, it's especially important that you do it the right way. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but a lot of times you can see swirls in the clear coat on the paint on cars, and that's how you can tell whether or not it's been properly waxed. Now, on this car, I did get it used, and it may be tough to see in this lighting, but there is certain swirls on the paint that you can kind of see, and I've waxed it a couple of different times already to try and get the swirls out. I've also buffed it. That's another way to get the swirls out of the paint, but especially on a black vehicle, you want to make sure that you're waxing it correctly. So the first thing that you want to do when you want to get ready to wax your vehicle is you want to make sure that it's in an enclosed environment or shaded or that kind of thing. Especially living down here in Arizona, the heat, the sun gets that paint hot. You put wax on it, it's not going to effectively work. And so you want to get your vehicle inside. You want to make sure you clean it thoroughly, get all of the dirt, dust, all that stuff off, just a normal wash would do. And then I even go over it again with like some quick detailer just to make sure that everything is clean. Now when you get ready to wax your vehicle, you want to make sure that you're going with the lines of the car, the natural way. Do not Mr. Miyagi it and swirl it and remove it. That's how those swirls get into the clear coat, and it's a real pain to get those out. And especially when you look in the sun and you get down real low and you can kind of see your paint, you can see those swirls in it, and it's not the correct way to do it. To get those, it's not the correct way to do it. You want to not have those swirls in there. You want to just have nice, clean lines. So to do that, the application process is just important as the removal process. So I just picked up some Mother's Car Wax. They used to sponsor us, so we got a bunch of free stuff. Shout out to Mother's. So you want to make sure that you get a wax. Honestly, the kind of wax doesn't matter. Just do it. Just clean. Like different products will sell what's better, what's not better. A wax is a wax. You just want to make sure that it's not like a cheap brand off the shelf. Reputable company like Mother's. So got my pad here as well, and so you want to just kind of get all that old wax off the top here, get that going. Now when you apply it, again, you want to go with the lines of the vehicle. So you can see right here on the GTR, there's a natural line here. Now when I apply it, I don't want to just cake it on either, because when you try to get it off, it's going to be really, really intensive and it's going to take hours. So you want to just lightly brush it on, go with the lines of the vehicle. As you can see, it's really easy to see on a black vehicle, and you're gonna just go with the lines. Now, again, the removal process is just as important as the application process. So I'm gonna let this sit. It takes roughly like 15 minutes to dry, and then when I remove it, I'm just gonna go again with the lines of the vehicle. Right? So you're basically just putting a coat of wax on the clear coat of the vehicle to protect it from the sun and that kind of thing. So living here in Arizona, the sun is out all the time, right? Which is awesome, but it's really, really harmful to paint on vehicles, especially black vehicles. Black vehicles tend to absorb the heat more, and then it just makes it tougher on the paint. So as far like how often do you need to wax your vehicle? It depends on whether or not it's enclosed or outside. It depends on how often you drive it, those types of things. For this, I'd probably do it once every 3 months, just kind of give it a light, feel, and whether or not that feel test, So how you can feel whether or not your car needs to be waxed is when you're rubbing your hand on it or you have a towel, you can hear a noise, right? And so if you hear that noise where it's like your fingers on the paint, right? You don't feel like there's a clear coat in there. It's not smooth. It sounds kind of scratchy. that's when you need to know that it's time to get another wax in there. The wax should be smooth, super simple. You shouldn't have like a scratching noise when you rub your hand or that towel across of it. Also, another way to tell is when you have your towel and you just go over it, it should be nice and smooth. It shouldn't be rough or anything like that. So that's a way to tell when it needs to be waxed and whether or not you've done a good job. So we're going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and we'll wipe it off. Alright, so the wax is dried. As you can see, it's very, very noticeable on the car, what part's wax, what part's not. I'm just going to use a microfiber towel to clean it off. Make sure there's no rocks or anything like that. You want a real nice, clean microfiber towel, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pushing hard to get that wax out. If there's something on this towel, it's going to end up going into your clear coat and possibly into your paint. So you really want to make sure you get a nice, clean towel. So again, application process is just as important as the removal process. So when you're removing it, you want to push pretty hard, and you want to just go with the lines of the car. Okay, so it's tough to see in this lighting right now, but I'll pull it out in the sun. But you should see nice, clean, straight lines. There shouldn't be any type of swirls or anything like that. Now again, I think I'm like the third or fourth owner on this car, so I can't vouch for anybody that had already done it. But again, it's tough to, just a process. It's tough to make sure to get those swirls out. You might have to buff it. You might have to use a clay bar. Those types of things to get that out of the clear coat, those swirls. And then when you make sure that you wax it, moving forward, again, you're going with those nice clean lines. So I'll go ahead and I'll pull it out into the sun, and I can kind of show you guys what you want to look for. Okay, so let's do the sun test. And I hope you guys can see it. But if you look on the hood, you can see little like marks, and then you can kind of see that it's like in a circular motion, swirls, right? Now I have waxed this right a couple of different times, but like maybe you could see even at this angle, right? You see like little swirl marks all the way around like this. And then if you go over here where I just waxed, you can see that those marks are a lot straighter. And that's what you want to look for when you get a nice wax. So I'm going to finish waxing this thing, get it done correctly. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to add, don't agree with something I said, leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you guys soon. Be making another video with the GTR. Shane Shows out.